Hey guys, welcome to Dorgann's Lost Chapter, and this is going to be the ticket mission, which will also be done in 0 turns, and importantly features the very broken combo of Aranea and Dorgann. I suppose many people are already aware of this combo because Dorgann's FR was released quite some time ago, and you didn't really need Dorgann's BT for the combo to work. But I skipped Dorgann the first time around, so this is the event that I finally pulled for him, and I'll cover more into why this combo is extremely broken when I get into the 4th time. But starting off, what you want is just Aranea starting first. The other party member turn order does not matter because right at the start I'm using both the Seed Rain's Call to fill up my summon meter as well as line up the turn order. You want to target Iris for the turn order so that Iris acts after Aranea and Dorgann acts last. One thing to note also is that all 3 of my characters have the U2 crystal passive equipped, which allows them 1 free turn at the start. You don't need it. For Iris and Dorgann especially, you don't actually need it. You can still do 0 turns without. If you don't have the blue U2 crystal passive, you also still can do the same run, but it will be a 1 turn run instead of a 0 turn run. So you can see that Iris starts her turn with essentially already a full summon meter. Now damage so far has been virtually 0 because everyone's max brave has been hit by minus 400% penalty at the start. But you don't really have to worry about it. The damage during setup phase does not matter at all. The boss can be at 100% when you start boss time and you still will have plenty of room to kill them off. Iris BT is also pretty helpful here because her BT causes the enemy's brave to reset to 0 once every 2 turns since their max brave stat is 0, and this does come into play when it comes to Dorgann's follow-up attack because if his image slash plus breaks an enemy, it will trigger another image slash plus from him. The Lunafreya LD call here is to allow Iris room to use BT plus and then end her turn by using her LD to pass her turn without increasing the turn count. Now if you don't have the green crystal U2 passive, you need to put Iris in party slot number 3 so that the Lunafreya LD call will give Dorgann quick prayer as well. You want to use the Lunafreya LD call when your force gauge is roughly about 80%. Do not go beyond that, otherwise the boss will hit 100% force time before you can enter summon mode. Dorgann will get 1 free turn here due to the quick prayer from the Lunafreya LD call, so I use his PT plus here, and then that really completes the setup. With that you can just enter summon mode. Use Dorgann's LD to pass his turn. I realized here that I forgot to equip his LD boards, but luckily it doesn't really matter. If you did everything correctly, Aranea will start her turn at 100% force gauge. This is consistent. I've done this run a few times just to test this out, and I always hit 100% at the start of this turn with Aranea. The summon of choice here is actually Bahamut, and there are 2 reasons why Bahamut is the best choice. Firstly, the Bahamut summon is there to refill Aranea's EX because you need to use EX right after this force attack to buff Aranea with her aerial maneuver buff. That is the buff that gives her consecutive turns. The second and smaller reason is that the Bahamut summon gives you a bonus to your break, and that actually helps a little bit because later on Aranea will be causing launches in her BT mode, and part of the way that you refill the brave for Iris is actually through the break bonus generated. This allows Iris to still get a little bit of brave to contribute during the knockback follow-up attack. Next up in summon mode, Iris and Dorgann each gets a turn, so this is your chance to use FR echoes with both of them. If you don't have Dorgann's FR, you probably can make do without, just use one of Dorgann's regular attacks, should be sufficient as well. However, you will need at least one of either Iris or Dorgann's FR, because their FR are melee and can hit Force Weakness on this stage. You want to hit Force Weakness because right here, as you can see, hitting Force Weakness is the way to remove the minus 400% max brave down penalty, and this now allows you to go full on the damage and really melt the bosses. You might notice as well that in Aranea's Force Time, when Dorgann's Image Slash Plus breaks an enemy, it also gives you plus 40% to the bonus, which is pretty huge overall. Right here, you can see Dorgann does his Image Slash Plus, it breaks an enemy, and after this attack you get plus 40% to the Force Gauge bonus. Aranea gets final turn in summon mode, and this is really ideal, so this is where I use her other FR while keeping the turn count at 0, and after this you can enter into BT mode. If you look at the turn order bar, Iris and Dorgann does have another turn after this, and if you really don't mind like a 2-turn run, another alternative is to not enter summon mode yet, but instead just use an attack with Aranea and then use one more round of echoes with both Iris and Dorgann, and this way Aranea can then enter into her BT mode at like 900% Force Gauge bonus. That is really overkill, you don't need it at all for this stage. Entering BT mode here is way more than enough. This is, I think, the best showcase of the combo, Aranea's BT mode. So Aranea will break an enemy with any of her attacks due to her LD, and this guarantees Dorgann's follow-up Image Slash Plus attack. When Dorgann does his Image Slash Plus attack, it gives you another plus 40%, and Dorgann will also do his Image Slash Plus twice. Translated, this means that every single turn in Aranea's BT mode, you will get 115% Force Gauge bonus increase, and you will also trigger 2 Image Slash Plus follow-up attacks from Dorgann for massive damage. That's really it for this run. Boss is virtually dead already. I still have like 3 more turns, not to mention the final few turns in Aranea's BT mode would be her harder hitting LD and FR attack. And I'm fairly sure that even if the bosses have like 300 million HP each, this BT mode would still be able to comfortably finish them off. As I'm closing out Aranea's BT mode, quick mention for alternatives. You don't really need Dorgann here. I think Bards will also be able to meet the ticket mission requirements on this stage, and you can also just use Bards instead of Dorgann. The result will still be the same. Yes, you will lose out on an Image Slash Plus, but you don't really need it. Aranea does enough damage. And lastly, you can also use Quina in a place. I did try a run with Quina. Quina is helpful here because Quina just allows you to ignore every single mechanic, including the max brave down aura on this stage. Aranea doesn't really need the Image Slash Blast to complete this stage. Her BT mode would do enough damage. In my test without Dorgann, the same run and same way, I still hit roughly 400 million HP damage with Aranea alone. That's it for this run. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment or subscribe, really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shunryu fight. Bye!